Hello everyone, it's GTA 5, and it's me, and it's Walter is back with me, and we're taking
We're
a
gaming.
train ride.
Or Tim's gaming. I'm just sitting here. Also, he was gaming. He's not gaming now. That looks like that fucking hurt.
Not that much, it was fine. We're just gonna keep
Yeah.
on going. Yeah, right at the end of the last video, where I had my little goof 'em up and died, I spawned pretty close. I'm getting my ass kicked. I spawned pretty close to the next thing that I wanted to do, and it would have definitely been faster for me to just take a car there, but it was a lot more fun for me to... I was right near the train tracks, and the train was coming, so I was like, well, I'm going to jump on the train, and I'm going to ride the train over there.
You always gotta do that.
Because I thought it would be funny to start this video with being on the train and then jumping off, and I think we can all agree it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was laughing. I didn't
Yeah.
put it in the recording because I thought it would be rude, but I
We all
was
laughed
laughing
and
really hard,
we all laughed and
actually.
clapped. I edited it out, but
Yeah, we didn't want to break your speakers or headphones or damage your hearing with how
we didn't want to scare you
uproarious we were.
with how much we were laughing. So
Yeah.
here's my dumbass getting in this vehicle, not noticing that this dude is standing there or sitting there.
He'd walk over and like, yo, that was a nice car. It's real comfortable.
Hey, I like your car. I just got in it for a second. I was like, do I have to... Because I thought I was on top of his little icon on the map, and so I was like, well, do I have to drive to him or some shit? I gotta start... I forgot how, But whatever. No, it's this. This is Cletus. I did a mission with him, like, 10 videos ago, where you shoot satellites and, or satellite dishes. Yeah, you just shoot fucking satellites out of the sky, out of space, with a gun. No, when you shoot, like, the tires and shit. Well, this is the sequel to his mission, where you get to hunt actual animals. And, yeah, this is a completely optional mission that you don't have to do
Don't you,
at
like,
all.
shoot a deer or some shit?
You shoot, like, 4 deer.
I forgot about that. Imagine if it went that way every time you go out hunting. Just go stand on the side of the highway and shoot, like, 15 deer.
Fucking killing it. Just, like, going bananas. Yeah, I've never really done anything with the hunting, and it's a thing you can do in this game. Later on, he'll say, like everything in this game, it takes 15 fucking minutes for them to say it, but you can, if you shoot any more deer, you can, like, take a picture of it, or whatever, and Cletus will pick it up and give you money. I don't know if it's even...
Cool.
I don't know how much you get. I don't know if it's even a little bit worth it to do, but I've never fucked with it. But I don't mind the hunting because I like using the sniper rifle. I should do a Let's Play of one of those hunting video games for, like, the PS2 that were really... Or, like, those arcade hunting games.
Play like Cabela's hunting.
Yeah. I should play, like, the bass fishing game for Dreamcast.
Yeah,
I want to do... There's really, including this, there's only, like, a handful of quote-unquote big games, by which I mean games that take more than, like, 8 or 9 videos to do an LP of, that I want to do, that I, like, have played and would want to do for a Let's Play. All of the other things that I'm interested in doing on this channel are just, like, shit like that. It's just, like, dumb, short shit.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, I think it's interesting. It's not something you expect to see usually. Everybody always wants to play all the epic gamer games like the Zeldas and the Pokémon and everything.
Yeah, and I don't know. What's the big game that's out right now?
Fortnite.
Right, yeah, they love those. But the last game that I remember, like, a lot of people talking about playing was Baldur's Gate. Is that still... I think that's the last, like, good game that came out, really.
Yeah, it just won Game of the Year, I think.
Yeah, it won a bunch of stuff at the Gamer Awards, which I didn't watch. I was thinking of streaming them this year. I want to be an equal opportunity player, streaming both the Oscars and the Gamer Oscars. But like every year, I completely fucking forgot that it was happening until it was over. So...
I knew it was happening when it was happening, but I didn't care, so I didn't watch it.
Well, I was out and I like looked at Twitter and it was happening and people were like, "Oh my god, this thing at the Game Awards!" And then by the time I was home, it was over and everyone was like, "I fucking hate Baldur's Gate. It's the best game in the world." The thing that I think is funny about the Game Awards is that the awards thing, because I have watched it before, the awards part of it, they are like rushing to not be doing that every time. Like, the awards is like 20% of the reason anyone is watching. And so, because it's just about the trailers, it's just about being the new E3 now that E3 is done.
Yeah, this is the thing everybody's looking at, so we need to make good use of that eyeball time.
Yeah, so I think it's funny that it's just for, like, it's basically a press conference, but then whenever they do the awards part, it's like, they give it, and it's like, okay, get the fuck off, we have to have a trailer, we have to show the new trailer for this Ubisoft game.
It's like, alright, good job, he won.
I just think it's funny. And a lot of award shows have been doing that. The Oscars have been doing that for the last, like, 5 or 10 years with all the, like, failed new things that they've tried in recent years to, like, change the format or whatever, or, like, new categories. And they're all, first of all, just dumb as shit. And secondly, like, the people who watch Oscars are fucking geek-ass nerds in that they really are there to see people win awards. And... so, but the Oscars are like, okay, you have to keep, every year they're like, all right, new rules. Your acceptance speech can't be longer than 6 seconds, and if you take more than 30 seconds to get to the stage, you'll be sniped from the balcony.
Like the deer.
Because this is not about you. This is not about awards.
This is about content.
This is about the commercials in between.
You're here to earn us dollars.
This is about the commercials and the clip shows of movies we didn't nominate but that made money. And for all of the bits where we have Jimmy Kimmel do the least funny things imaginable. That's what people love about the Oscars. No one wants to hear about movies winning awards or see famous people they like win and talk about stuff. Why would anyone watch that for 90 years? Well, the Oscars were only televised for like 60 years or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
They're going to change them to the Jeremys.
Everyone who watches the Oscars is either me or a Oscar pundit freak on the internet, or they are 82 years old. So...
you're not one of the freaks, though, just the other people.
No, I'm normal. I do all the same things as the freaks and everything, but I am not.
Yeah, but you're right because you're you, so it's okay.
Yes. Well, I think I am different in that I don't really have... I don't have much of an emotional investment in certain things winning Oscars beyond liking being right.
I could have got him right between the eyes there.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was waiting. Yeah, I really take my fucking time with this shit.
You're having fun. You're out in nature. You're asserting your dominance over nature.
Yeah, it's really
when we
fun
were talking about killing a bunch of deer
things
on the side of the highway before, it made me think, imagine being one of the dudes who's, like, responsible for, like, fucking thinning out the herds of bison back in the day. Imagine just, like, fucking being able to gun down, like, hundreds of these fucking, like, 1,000-pound beasts.
Yeah,
he must have felt so powerful.
Like, genocide of bison that happened. Yeah, I really wanted it to be a selfie, and for whatever reason, this shit does not want you to do that. You can. You just have to be standing in a way, but if you're, like, too close to the deer, it just wouldn't, like, be behind me. I don't know, the angle and everything with the selfies is strange, but I wanted it to be my dumb face with the deer. I thought that was funnier.
I think it makes sense for the angles to be bad with Trevor taking the picture. It should look kind of miserable.
It's just always a little bit awkward, but I also have stupid, dumb brains, so I don't know.
I mean, it took you a little bit of time, you know? There's an art to it. It's not just take a selfie. You gotta get everything lined up the way you like.
Indeed.
And that's it. Actually, that's everything.
Yeah.
There are no further steps.
Yeah. But there you go. Clearing my text messages like real life.
Good job, Trevor.
Good job killing the deer, Trevor. If you kill more deer, I'll give you money.
I'll kill you.
Now I'm going to spend 6 more minutes saying that. Because we gotta say things about, like, those new hipsters in the city, they love that meat, motherfucker. Give that shit over here. You
They
shoot
love
any
that
more
meat, fucker.
Bring it on over here. I'll shave her down. My grandma...
She keeps the hair. She likes to do quilting with it.
Yeah,
She glues it all together with wood glue.
come over and see my grandma. I'm gonna talk about her now.
My grandma wants to talk to you. She's really lonely.
I'm putting my grandma on the phone.
Can you shoot my grandma for me?
You
She
can't.
could be
It doesn't.
your clerk.
It like doesn't pass you for the mission because you have to listen to 10 minutes of fucking Cletus talking to you on the phone. Hold on, I'm gonna get her right now. I'm not sending you the money until you talk to her.
Well, she takes her time. She's slow. She'll be right there. What's this nutcase doing?
What, the military guy?
No, the guy with no pants on, you nincompoop.
Yeah, this was I started up the game and he was in his underwear. It happens sometimes, because Trevor is so random, XD.
He should have killed those guys.
I did.
He did.
Kabloom.
Fuck those guys.
I think I might fail this at first, because these guys love to just hit you with the fucking cars.
It's a superior strategy. They're trained warriors.
And of course you're given the grenade launcher, so you can't just shoot it right in front of you.
Does it, like, force you to be in aiming stance all the time? Oh, never mind. I'm stupid.
No, I'm just doing that. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the debris flying at you from shit. It's kind of funny. But it's annoying when I'm trying to do the mission. Also, this thing, you have to do this for 2 minutes. You have to do this for 2 minutes. I felt like I was doing this for like 15 minutes for some reason.
It does look kind of satisfying, though. It's like the criminal damage challenges in online, where it's just like, blow up as much shit as you can for as long as possible.
Or like my favorite game mode in the Burnout games, where it just cause as much destruction as possible in one go.
Yeah.
I forget what those are called.
I think that's a thing in Saints Row as well.
It sounds like something Saints Row would do.
Yeah, it's kind of like this game.
Yeah, maybe I'll do Saints Row the Third one day, which I do have. I've never played it. I don't know when I got it, but I have it on Steam.
This is kind of one of those games that, like, everybody just accumulates at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the reason that I got it was in high school. It was really popular.
Yeah, and people said the game was good, so then you bought it, and then you had it.
Yeah, and then
That's what most of my
it.
Steam library is.
Yeah, now I have it. I don't play it, but I got it. It's a good game. Yeah, I love Saints Row. I haven't played it, but it's in my Steam library, so it's probably good.
I haven't been invested in the Saints Row franchise for 10 years.
Well, the fourth one was, like, drastically different, from what I can tell.
I think I actually played some of the fourth one. I think I got, like, halfway through it.
I watched Rob stream it on his first playthrough.
Yeah, I played it after I watched Rob stream
for
it.
the first, like, couple hours of it. And I watched that. And it looked interesting, but it looked like a totally different fucking thing than the thing.
Yeah, it gets a little bit more hectic.
Yeah. Also, I remember there being a controversy.
He missed.
Maybe, was this the third or fourth one where there was a controversy about like anal probing scene or something?
I have no
think
fucking
it was in the
idea.
fourth one.
I feel like it was the
quaint.
fourth one.
Video game controversies are so silly.
I should be able to get anally probed if I want to.
Well, just anything about that. Like, I don't know. It's just like all the times that games have been,
Oh, you're hurting.
or a lot of the times I feel like that games have been like controversial for any sort of sexual or racy imagery. It's always not that big a deal.
Yes.
And anal
just
probing.
lame
I mean,
shit.
come on. Like people got mad. People got mad about
doctors
like
do that.
yeah, like but like people got mad about like Oblivion mods that you would have boobs. And it's like, well, it's an M-rated game. There's probably horny nerd adults who are playing that game all the time and they want to jack off.
Yeah.
Skyrim also was a thing,
Yeah,
but
like
Oblivion
any
is the only
game
one I
that
remember there being a
will
problem.
accept mods. You're
Yeah.
gonna get them eventually after like a certain threshold of like popularity.
I think that kind of stuff, I feel like that people just know that now, that people make the video games are living things.
It was
that
like
people manipulate.
it was scary at the time.
their
Though.
own
It
ends.
was the new thing, and we didn't know.
Well,
that.
now the thing is, now we're all jacking off on the computer. Now everyone is.
Yeah,
doing it.
and now Overwatch is like the most viewed category on Pornhub in like the whatever fucking year that game came out.
Yeah, I did see some metric at the end of the year this year that was like of all the most popular like cosplay porn things, and it was funny to me because first of all, of course, what's her face from Overwatch is the number one. I think Tifa from Final Fantasy was also very high on the list.
Do people
Lara
still,
Croft, of course.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do they still go for Lara Croft?
Apparently, which you know what? I think that's nice. Good for her. For Lara, because most of the other ones were all like fairly modern, and a lot of them like anime-ish women characters. But then you had good old classic
Yeah, she's been
Lara
in the game
Croft.
for years. This is her wheelhouse.
Just classic big old titties. Lara Croft is still making people.
Yeah,
hot.
she's been
That's
around
nice.
since they were fucking pyramids.
I'm glad there's still an audience for that ancient thing. Yeah, but I liked also that Gardevoir made the top 20. Still, that's another one where I was like, wow, that's, that takes me back. That was what kids were. Kids. I don't know.
I always wondered if.
I mean, I knew that jerking off to a Gardevoir was the thing when I was like 10. So.
Well, is Gardevoir's like dress or whatever? Is that part of the body? Is like that Gardevoir's skin? I never understood that.
I've also thought that, and I think so, which is strange.
Like,
but...
can you take it off, or will it be painful? Will there be
Yeah,
blood?
would she be naked? I haven't personally looked into any of the Gardevoir Rule 34 stuff, so I don't know what the depictions of her are like. Yeah, now I have to, of course, and I have to try to jack off to it, or else I won't know.
I mean, while you're there,
I'm already here. I'm already looking, but the other thing that I thought was funny was there were only 2 male characters on this list of the top 25, and I think it's hilarious who they were when you juxtapose them to the list in totality of all the women.
Nico
the 2
Bellic.
male characters were Mario and Sonic.
Wow.
Which is so awesome. That those are the 2 dudes from video games that people want to jack off to. I don't think it's people jacking off to Mario. I think it's more like Mario is the dude fucking someone in a thing. Whereas Sonic, it is people jacking off to Sonic.
I'm thinking of the fucking like Sonic urinal pictures now.
Yeah,
Those pictures kick ass. I really like that they exist.
I love those, and it also reminds me of a really good line from Craig Robertson in the show Eastbound and Down when he's at a urinal wearing like a Mexican wrestling mask kind of thing looking, and he just like very visibly looks at the guy's dick next to him, and he just says "tight dick, playa."
I wish I was that cool.
The Sonic urinal pictures are good. But yeah, I think that's funny. Sonic and Mario were the only. Also, it just makes it's funny that it's that pair because I think of like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and it's like,
yeah, there are probably plenty of videos featuring both of them.
Here's another area where Mario and Sonic could team up and do some brand, vertical integration.
I have
so
fucking
to talk
go quiet to hear whatever the hell's going on in the game right now.
Yeah, someone was
just
really
somebody wailing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to talk about what's going on in the game, this is another Strangers and Freaks mission.
Yeah, instead of talking about Sonic urinals.
I'll talk more about jerking off to Sonic in a minute.
Okay, good.
The Civil Border Patrol is this mission. I think they have 3 missions. I might show them. They're another stupid side thing, and they are what they sound like. They are a citizen border patrol thing, and we are following this car full of mariachi band players.
The idea of citizen border control makes me think all the brave men and women that were protecting our electoral process on January 6th.
Yes, it reminds me very much of that. They should make a video game where you do January 6th.
Yeah, that'd be good. It should.
That would be like a tactical game. Like, you should be able to succeed if you're good. It should be hard.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's more like a Souls type game, and you have to work up.
You have to roll around Nancy Pelosi's desk.
You have to wander around the Washington D.C. area and fight bosses in increasingly large government buildings before you can finally storm the Capitol.
Yeah, see, that was the mistake.
Or the Capitol is open to you from the beginning, so
it's like trying to kill Ganon at the beginning of fucking Breath of the Wild the first time you play. That's the fuck-up they made. They should have collected more resources first.
Like, you can do it, but you have to be like a hardcore gamer or whatever.
Yeah,
but
you gotta know what you're doing.
I think that's actually I think this could actually be a good game if you were cool about it, but... yeah, I failed because Joseph was injured because his ass is fucking stupid.
Stupid moron.
I do gotta say, though, I give this game's satire a lot of shit, but, and I mean, the whole mariachi band thing, it's like, it's, I know writers who use subtlety and they're cowards, but... yeah, it's just kind of fucking goofy, but one thing I like about this whole bit is that one of these civil border patrollers is a German man who is very clearly a Nazi and keeps instinctively doing the Hitler salute, which I do think that's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It reminds me of Dr. Strangelove from Dr. Strangelove, who has to keep forcing himself to not do the Hitler salute. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
I like it. Yeah, there's always stuff to fucking whine about, but we are still playing it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was saying that in the last video. It was like, I shit on this game a lot, but this is like the 8th time I've played it or something. So
yeah.
I'm probably maybe
right.
I'm just stupid. Well, also
that's all right. You could be stupid.
I did play it when I was 16, so I feel like it just really,
It's one of those.
It was one of those big games,
Yeah.
I was really excited.
Your
It was one of the only
games?
games that I pre-ordered and was really excited to play as soon as it came out. I never do that fucking shit. Now.
It makes me want to play San Andreas again.
Now I buy
I haven't
games
played that game in so long.
6 years after they came out. And I'm like, did you guys play this game?
Yeah, then nobody wants to talk to you about it anymore. It's not the game
I already
anymore.
beat it.
Wow.
I'm bored of that. That's what happened with Overwatch. I bought Overwatch because everybody in our little group had been playing it, right when it came out.
Yeah.
And it was over that whole summer. But that was my first summer having a job, I think. Or not really, but I was busy that summer. And so and whenever I wanted to play a game, it just wasn't that. So I finally got it though, and then I played it once for like an hour and a half. Had no idea what I was doing or what anything was, and
Everybody just gets mad.
Everyone was just totally fucking locked into their own thing, and I'm asking like basic ass questions, and everyone is just like, suck my cock, just play the game and figure it out.
Why don't you know the objective yet, you fool?
And then literally like 2 days later, on a weekend, it was like everyone's available and talking about playing a game later, and I was like, oh yeah, we can play more Overwatch, and everyone was like, we're kind of over that, and they never played it again. And so this is great. I have spent $60 to play a game for like 45 minutes and just die 90 times and not know what I was fucking doing.
If it makes you feel better, I did more or less the same thing. I got more than one session in. I got like 3 or 4. I think I put like 4 hours in a game. But I think my experience overall was still more or less the same as yours.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember you having a similar thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, got back at the Border Patrol guys for their,
That's actually like one of the last like current games I even really tried to keep up with when it came out. And
I don't even remember.
Like, I just don't care for doing that kind of shit anymore. I finally have actually allowed myself to just not care about it instead of trying to follow along and be like, I'm gamer too. It's like, yeah, they can have fun. I don't really care about playing the fucking shooter of the month anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I haven't ever really. With everything with movies or games or music, my philosophy is follow your nose.
Yeah.
Just go wherever you're interested, and you don't have to worry about like, ooh, I need to do this. So,
there was a period of time where I didn't follow my nose, and I made myself feel shitty for it.
Yeah,
and that wasn't the way to go.
That way.
Yeah, just do the shit that you want to do first. Yeah, well, the other people are doing, they can eat shit. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. I agree. I'm sad that it doesn't let me be in my underwear for this whole mission.
So would you piss in the Sonic urinal, though? Could you do it when you're looking into his eyes?
I think, yeah, I could make it happen.
What if he, like, moved around and, like, he was warm?
He was warm?
Yeah, like, there's still blood pumping through him.
I'm looking at Michael and Trevor's little confrontation here.
Yeah, what are they arguing about?
Sorry
to ask.
They're
That's
just
a really
mad at
good
each
fuck
other.
off from Trevor. That should be like my ringtone.
Yeah. They have they have their little beef. It's just, Michael is like, Trevor, you're killing too many people too happily. And Trevor is like, you used to be cool, bro, but now you're a little bitch who lives in L.A.
Yeah, Trevor has his passion. I don't know why Michael has to interfere with it.
Yeah. And also they have the thing of that Michael lied to him and whatever about Brad.
That's what those
being
fucking
dead.
prissy LA boys always do, is they just fucking lie.
Just lie, yeah.
They lie right through their teeth as they munch down on their hot shit.
They lie right through their veneers. Unfortunately, that whole inner conflict about Brad that is between Michael and Trevor and is the only thing remotely interesting about their relationship, which we have been hearing be referred to for like half of the game now. Unfortunately, we still have like 5 more hours before anything with that comes to a head. That's not till pretty far into the game. I don't know, I always just thought that the whole Michael Trevor part was weak. I always thought that Michael and Franklin...
Like, shove it in there for the sake of having something.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the whole thing with, like, the witness protection and the whole job being a setup, and, like, that has the potential for interesting character stuff, but I just don't think Trevor himself is all that interesting a character, and I just don't think they really do anything with it until... You have to do so much wheel spinning before you get anything out of that, that I don't think it's all that great. And it detracts from Michael and Franklin's relationship, which I think is like there's a little more there from the beginning. I don't know. I kind of like it because it's like new friends, and the way that they meet is funny and everything.
That's
so,
my boat.
I don't know. Just my
That's some good musings.
yeah. I really appreciate, in hindsight, the story of GTA 4 and San Andreas. I think in doing the, like, purported mission of the 3D GTA games of, like, letting you play through, like, different types of crime movie, I think San Andreas and 4 are very successful at that while still being compelling games.
And this one, it's like it invented its own type of crime movie. And they kept all the weird crime movie stuff and got rid of all the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's much more of a mixed bag, I feel like, with the story. I feel like it has a lot of targets that it doesn't hit all of. Which is funny because, I don't know, I feel like San Andreas was able to have a world that felt very big, and there were a lot of, like, little threads, you know? There's a lot of side characters that you do stuff for and everything, and little side stories, but they all, like, kind of work together. I don't know. I don't know, it just felt differently than in this one. There's stuff that feels very tangential or feels like it doesn't really go anywhere.
I know what you mean. I feel the same thing. I can't really pin, like, why.
Yeah, I couldn't say, mostly because it's been a very long time since I've played or seen anything from San Andreas all the way through, but...
Maybe that's part of it. It's just it's been so long you look back at it fondly.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly
it's a good
part
game,
of it.
though, so...
It is a very good game. And, I mean, I don't even think it's, like, a perfectly made video game or a like... mind-blowing story or whatever, but it doesn't have to be. Like, I just think it's effective, and like especially when I think of the endings, not just the very end, but the like last hour or two stretch of GTA games where shit usually gets serious. There's usually like 3 or 4 end missions that all just kind of lead into each other. San Andreas and 4 have, like, very memorable endings that I feel like have weight to them and like work and are satisfying endings. I think I'm very partial to one ending in GTA 4 of the 2 that you can do, but both of them make enough sense to work. Whereas with 5, there are 3 endings for this game, and only one of them is really any good or like feels like the proper end to the game, and it's I won't get into it right now because I'm gonna play the end of the game eventually.
That'll be for later.
We'll talk about that another time. But I don't know. I remember what happens, but it feels like any other part of the game. Whereas like the climax of San Andreas and of 4, I feel like are like very distinct, and I like playing the end of 4, and I like the end of San Andreas.
The first thing I think of when you talk about that is the end of San Andreas, where fucking Tenpenny's driving the fire truck and crashes off the bridge like right.
That's
before
literally
the
what I'm
roll.
Thinking of.
Yeah, that's
like one
great.
of the most iconic video game bits ever. The Tenpenny death, and he's one of my favorite video game characters. Being voiced by Sam Jackson definitely does get a lot of mileage out of that fact, but he's a good character. And I like CJ. CJ's probably my favorite GTA protagonist.
Yeah, he's a nice little guy.
I love Nico too, though. Nico is cool and kind of unconventional in a way. More interesting than he might seem on the surface. And I think that also is a testament to the voice performance of what's his face. I forget
that guy
name. But he's cool, and that was something that struck me on my most recent playthrough of GTA 4, which was the LP. It's a very good performance, Nico.
It's back when it meant something.
Yeah. Michael Hollick. That's his name. He's a cool dude.
Ooh.
Good old Michael Hollick.
Was there a horrible sound, or was that just for me?
From me?
Like,
did it come from my mic?
I don't know what happens. It might have been a demon.
Whatever. It's fine. Bleh.
Bleh. Yeah, that's why I heard.
Yeah. I heard a guy.
What are we doing here? Why have we parked in the yard?
Yes. So this is we haven't missed much, despite how much we've talked over.
Yeah, usually you can sum them up pretty quickly.
So this is the setup for the Paleto score, which we're not going to do immediately after this. There's a little bit of pooping around we got to do first, but this is another thing that the FIB is making us do for whatever fucking reason, I don't remember, but they I forget what the reason is, but we need money or something, and we need to steal it from a bank, and they pick this one because it's easy for reasons. I don't know. You can go back and read the fucking subtitles if you're really that interested.
The fools, they don't know what's
about
to
it's
hit
like
them.
Oh, that's what it is that like all of the police fund, like pensions, go through this bank. So the caveat here is that, like, security-wise, or I don't know what the thing is, but there's, like, a trade-off, and one half of the trade-off is the police response is expected to be heavy, but the job itself shouldn't be hard, because it's a poopy bank in the middle of nowhere. But whatever, so this whole mission is us scouting the thing, and yeah, it's
Yeah, I love the scouting missions where you go park your car and listen to voice lines for 3 minutes.
Park your car and listen to dialogue, and then at the best part is after this we get to drive for like 10 straight minutes back to...
I think that's the difference. San Andreas, you're doing a lot more actually playing the game. San Andreas had like one mission that I can think of where you're just sitting there watching guys while an NPC talks, and it's photo opportunity where you go fucking stand on the roof and Caesar's there.
Yes. Well, also I feel like it just does so much more with its world. It fills out that huge world with a lot of distinct things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like... Obviously, a lot of it just comes down to combat, comes to driving around and or shooting, but I don't know, they managed to mix it up with enough stuff. Whenever this game mixes it up, I mean, the stuff with the heists is, like, just basically it'll feel like any other big mission, except, you know, you do have the you you can switch characters thing, which is fun or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know exactly how to articulate, but I agree with you where it is different with the missions. Mm-hmm. 4 has a little bit of that where there's some missions that are like repetitive or there's not a whole lot going on. But I don't know. There are just longer stretches of this game where I feel like I'm spinning my wheels compared to earlier GTA games.
Definitely, like, literally spinning wheels, too. It's like, we were playing GTA Online, like, 2 days ago, and it's like, you get your fucking objective to do something, and you look down at the fucking bottom corner, see how long the yellow line's gonna be, and it says you have to drive, like, 6 miles, and it's like, alright, well, we're gonna be holding W for a little while here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of... They love to do that where... I love doing that with missions in the story in this game, where I drive all the way over to where the mission starts, and then the first half of the mission is driving 7 miles to the other end of the Earth to... That's another thing that I don't understand, is that the island of San Andreas is like 7 miles long? How does that work? It's like it's a whole city and a desert and a mountain. I feel like if you calculated the height of Mount Chiliad, if you, like, divided down the dimensions of the map, like the miles of the map, then Mount Chiliad would be like really tiny.
Yeah, Mount Chiliad's actually
And,
like 50 feet tall.
And Michael would be like 1.5 feet tall or something. I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna do the fucking math to figure that out.
I've always been curious about that, though, if like the miles that they get.
I've thought about that.
Actually respectable to like actual miles.
Right.
It's hard to say when you're just driving down the highway.
I know, yeah, and like, I don't know, I feel like it takes a while, what feels like a long time in a video game at least, to go 6 miles in this game, which makes sense, but I don't know, it's just like, if it's only that many, if someone knows how you would go about calculating that, figure out how, like, long from top to bottom the island is in miles in the game, and then divide that down to figure out, like, lay down Michael 1,000,000 times until you find out how tall he actually would be.
Yeah, that should be their method, is like open up Blender, open the map, and open up like a model of Michael and just lay copies of him end to end. How many Michaels long is the game?
Just make a tape measure out of Michael for the whole world in GTA. And then I don't know how much water there is. I don't know what happens if you just drive out in the water forever. Probably nothing.
I remember we did this once. I think it was eventually like... Yeah, we were
I would imagine it loops.
Driving boats straight out. I think eventually they just fucking sank.
Yeah. I don't remember even what happened.
That's why.
It'd be funny if it looped and you were just on a globe.
I remember
one island.
In San Andreas, if you went out far enough, which was not very far, but far enough, you could go down below the sand's texture at the bottom because there wasn't collision anymore, and you just swim into the void and respawn on the highway when you were done.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Man. Now I'm thinking about Samp.
Yeah, I also was just thinking about Samp. Those were good times.
Yeah, when you would do boosting in one of the boats and it didn't agree with it, and like your fucking game would do that glitch that we always refer to as the burn glitch. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything would like go super high contrast and the game would freeze and you'd have to restart it.
That was so weird. Yeah,
it would get like trigger it, and boats did it really badly.
Boats did it like almost all the time. But yeah, it would happen randomly sometimes. And yeah, it like the screen would become deep fried and then the game would crash. Where it would look like the deep fried memes.
Yeah, exactly.
It would get really hot and saturated looking.
It was good. That's when you knew you did some kind of stupid shit.
That's when you knew you were, yeah. That's what you want to see in multiplayer GTA is you do something fun so hard that the game crashes. Whereas GTA 5 is just you try to play the game and the game crashes.
Yeah, give us limits to break. Don't make it so that we can't break them.
Instead of giving us limits to break, they just gave us a broken game. Speaking of not buying... Yeah. If it ain't broke, break it. That's our motto. That's for multiplayer, that's our motto. If it ain't broken, break it. It needs to be fucked up. Make it annoying to use. But yeah, speaking of not getting video games... Yeah, ew! Speaking of not getting video games when they come out, that's one reason that I don't, is that a lot of video games aren't fucking finished when they come out now. Or they have a bunch of fucking support issues and bugs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Get fixed like a year later. Yeah.
And now we can look out the window into the sunset.
Yeah, wistfully.
That's kind of a nice little way to end the video, right?
Yeah, that's how we're gonna end, with him looking out the window after Franklin shuts up. He's telling us about the biker brothers that we blew up. They're gonna come and blow us back. Blow our back out.
Not if we blow them first.
Yeah. Well, next time we'll blow them. Or do whatever. I don't know. I haven't recorded the video yet, so I don't know what's gonna be in it. But, yeah.
Good night.
Bye.